Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing great today. In today's video, I wanted to talk about something that is somewhat popular over here, but more popular in America. But my suspicions is that it's going to be even more popular here than it is in America, so this is why I'm making today's video, so people can watch it for the future. And that is basically the difference between sex/gender, because they are the same thing, and gender stereotypes. Trigger warning for anyone that isn't used to my other videos or haven't read the description in my channel. I am a guy who is very moderate when it comes to life, people, and spirituality, I would say. So I don't believe that everything is 100% black and white. There's a story to everything, and everyone. So I don't go with the 100% woke culture of today that believes that gender and sex are 100% separate, which they're not. It's anti-science if you believe that. But then I don't 100% think the way that the alt-right thinks, the conservative-y people who thinks that gay guys like me or trans people are inherently less valuable or think that there's something wrong with us. Obviously, I'm living one of them lives, so I'm not going to think that. So, like I say, in today's video I want to talk about the difference between sex/gender and sex stereotypes. So, I think in today's society, well I know actually, in today's society, people confuse the two and they think that conforming to gender roles and gender stereotypes that you are in fact that gender, when gender is something innate within you and it's biologically you. Even non-woke trans people who have transitioned from one to the other will say out loud, you know, I am biologically what I was, I've just gone from one to the other. So they don't live in this woke fantasy world, but they are obviously living as the opposite of what they were, but they don't try and lie. Like, for example, Blair White, Sam Collins, and there's many others, but they will admit that they are, you know, biologically what they were when they were born, and now they've transitioned from the other to the other, sorry. The reason why I'm kind of making this video and even bringing this topic up is that there is this fad now of basically being non-conforming to your biological sex when it comes to outfits, makeup, and the way you act, which I think is really inspiring. For example, I'm very much like that. People probably sometimes wouldn't notice because I do wear a lot of like rock band t-shirts, you know, leather jackets or leather vests, but you know, I'm into stones and crystals. I wear quite a lot of them on my neck or on my wrist. I have like crystal ear stretchers and things like that. So jewelry, I'm very much like that, where I wear like sparkly stuff or sometimes even bright coloured ones. So there's an example where, because I am a guy, I am gender non-conforming, and I can also be like that with a lot of sports. I do quite like badminton, but I don't do it a lot. But football, rugby, and other sports, I literally have no patience, and I'm not into it at all. So there's many ways that I'm gender non-conforming, but that doesn't mean that I am a woman. And you know, I try to explain this to people. Just because I am gay and just because I am quite flamboyant and I don't care if I'm flamboyant doesn't mean that I am in fact a girl. I'm still a guy. I'm just a flamboyant guy. Now, confuse the difference between if a kid plays with a Barbie doll and a Bratz doll who is a guy, and prefers to play with them other than kind of like construction cars and all them. Or say if they really like the colour pink, or if they really like sparkly things and they are a guy. I have seen, I mean, these are quite rare compared to the majority of families who are woke, but I have seen some documentaries of families who push their kids to be transgender because they don't conform. Where if you are a parent, or if you've been in the company more than once of kids, you will know that that is completely normal for even someone who you would say is a Tom kid boy. You know, every now and then they will do something like want to play with Barbie dolls, or want to dress up in women's clothes, or girls' clothes. You know, it's so normal. But gay guys like me, you know, I'll admit that I did that a lot more with girl stuff than boy stuff. So with gay people, it's more common and we do it more. But with even straight guys, it's common and completely normal. Just to let you know that I have mentioned this once or twice in my older videos, but this is the first time that I'm doing like a whole video on this topic because it really annoys me. One of the things that I feel connected to when it comes to other gay guys is the fact that most of us, not all of us, but the ones that I've spoke to, most of them, you know, played with Barbie dolls, liked dancing, like Disney. You know, we do tend to love Disney. And that is seen as like a girly thing, but I do think that that is the hype and femininity that we are born with. But again, just because we were born feminine and because we were born to be naturally flamboyant doesn't mean that we are girls. And this is something that I've been in conversations with gay guys before, that it's really annoying that it's now encouraged today to be trans than to be gay or lesbian or bi. I've noticed that a lot of people don't want to say that they're gay, lesbian or bi, that they'd rather be pansexual instead of bisexual. They'd rather be gender fluid and non-binary other than trans. And there are a lot of stories where there's actually detransitioners where they complain about why they transitioned, and a lot of the times it is gay girls and guys that don't want to have homophobia in their life. So instead of dealing with that homophobia, they transition into the different sex. And that way their natural born attraction will be, quote unquote, the right way. And also, a lot of girls who transition into guys often say that it's also to do with sexism. Within them same studies or similar studies, it also shows that people will get more praise and sympathy if someone comes out as trans or non-binary or gender fluid than someone who comes out as bi, gay or lesbian. So obviously people that have a low self-esteem issue or want to feel like they need to fit in and not take responsibility when it comes to certain things that they've done in the past will hang on to them labels and will take the personality of them labels even if they themselves don't feel like they are. Because like I say, now it's becoming a thing where people group sex/gender to sex stereotypes, and they're not the same thing. Again, I think I've mentioned this in my other in some of my other videos, but I know for a fact that if I wasn't, if I was born about 7 or 8 years younger, I would be told that I might be trans. I know for a fact, because when I was in school and when I was a kid, like I say, I played with Barbies, I played with Bratz dolls. I loved putting on women's clothes. I really like campy pop music. I love to sing, I love to dance, especially when I was in school. So, you know, and that is what is stereotypically woman traits or feminine traits or gentle traits. So I know for a fact that I would have been called trans, or would have been told that maybe I should be trans or that I am trans. And like I say, I just very much disagree with that, because there is a difference. I personally am not a trans guy. I am a flamboyant gay guy, and there is a difference. My hope in today's society is that we know the difference between the two things, and to encourage that people step outside of their boxes if they feel that is who they naturally are. There's nothing wrong with being a guy and dressing up the way that I used to dress up in girls' clothes, liking dancing, wanted to be an entertainer, who liked bright colours, and vice versa. It is completely okay for a girl who wants to dress up in trousers, who is basically a tomboy, because that's just attributes and it's actions. It's not who someone thinks they are when they're not. So if you know someone who is like this, don't hate on them, don't call them you're wrong, you shouldn't be this way. Show them my channel and show them this video, and it might help them. Or if for whatever reason you can't do that, then take in 100% what I'm saying and then say the same thing to them, because I would say that they would understand more so than judge. They might not like 100% what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is biological facts and it's anti-wokeism, but it is true, and it's my experience and the experience of other people that I've spoke to. Okay, I think I've said everything I want to say in this video. Like I say, don't give anyone hate if you know anyone that's like this. Show them this video. If you like the video, like and subscribe down below. I'll put my socials in the comments down below as well if you want to talk to me for any advice. And yeah, love you guys.